And we're back! Season 3 starts with a bug-eyed black lass living up to stereotypes by straight up jacking a ride what don't belong to her, and very much failing to train her new wild dragon inventively called Sheepstealer. Cut to two cripples in a carriage. The eggy prince what once loved wanking into the sky before he got literally roasted by his own brother last season after an unfortunate incident of drink dragoning, is being smuggled out of the kingdom by his club-footed hand, who hilariously just dobs him into Queen Rhaenyra's guards for shits and giggles, and also for using the C-word toward him.
I'm the king of nothing, with raven shit for a throne, and a cripple for a protector.
I feel like that's just rude.
Speaking of, said Rhaenyra bird gets a bollocking from her own son Jace for daring to even think about taking up the offer from her ex-best friend turned step-mummy foe Alicent at the end of the last epi, where she promised to let her nemesis into King's Landing on the proviso she only kills her shriveled up eggy prince, what's now totally useless anyway, but lets her and her daughter and grandkid get the heck out of Dodge unharmed and shit. Naturally, Jacey Boy's not best pleased about this obvious ruse and suicide mission that'll end up getting them all killed, and just knew this is what would happen when they let a lesbo fanny on the throne.
I like it a lot.
Said plan is in danger of going tits up however, as now with Aemond gone, Alicent learns her psychotic Cyclops son is going to stick around the gaff to cosplay as king in his bro's place, so she ain't going to be able to do her naughty treason and treachery no more, nor deliver her eggy prince son to her ex-best friend turned stepdaughter foe. Matrix superfan Lord Corlys fucks about on a boat, whilst Prince Daemon gets busy tearing shit up in the Riverlands, and also earns himself a bigger army in the form of the Starks, who've just gone and yeeted one of the pesky Lannister twins. Gay Sir Gawain sees some floozy running out of a tent in the early hours and assumes he's walked in on some Weinstein shit. Laughably complains to top shagger Sir Kristen Stewart about it. Alas, he's still gripped by nihilistic PTSD after narrowly surviving the Westeros equivalent of a nuclear bomb last season, and says I don't really give a stuff about no pussy old Me Too allegations, or relies on the eyewitness testimony of some homosexual blonde incel fella who's probably never touched a tit in his life. So stop whining on about toxic masculinity and shut up about it already.
Nobody cares.
Bug-eyed chocolate lass still can't train her dragon, and soon has to be saved from starvation by a new wannabe pet cooking up some raw sheep for her to chew on.
Nice.
Corlys takes a break from binging the Matrix trilogy again to talk to one half of his baldy bastard boy, Sir Alan, who tells him that the Queen's told him to go seize the King's Landing port in preparation for their cunning coup thing. Also to apologise for making him a secret bastard boy and giving him and his bro fuck all as kids. Not even a share of his glorious silver follicles for frig's sake.
What a fucking liberty.
Soon come under attack by transsexual ex-YouTubing pirate and the other Lannister twin. Bro just wants to do his job and resist traitor usurpers, whilst the host of Philosophy Tube is out here for personal revenge and instead just wants to sink Corlys' most treasured and armoured up ship. And before you can say this'll end well, we meet pretty boy Sir Aemond Hightower, who's told by a letter written by Alicent without the new interim king's knowledge to totally stay put and wait for that psycho Cyclops fella what loves eating, roasting and betraying his own relatives to come over and join him in 3 days' time.
Yay?
Speaking of, Queen of the Resting Bitch Face Championships, Alicent Hightower, tries to talk Aemond into fucking off out of King's Landing to join Ormond so they can go kill his Uncle Daemon together, and she can finally put her treasonous plan to sell out half her family into action already. Bro just shrugs and tries to stick it on her.
Dirty bastard.
Newly crowned dragon riders Ulf, Hugh and Adam sit about waiting for Daemon and his army to turn up so they can go ambush Aemond's giant fuck-off dragon Vhagar. Gang haunted by weird forest peeps. Bro can't even take a steaming deuce in peace. Try to cuck out, but convinced to stay by random Scottish witch who appears out of nowhere.
Okay.
Rhaenyra gets word that a trap has been sprung and promptly heads off to smack her bitch up.
So good for you, girl. Go on.
Fearing a ruse to draw out the Queen herself, a furious Jace just locks his own mum up in her bedroom till she comes down a bit, given it's clearly that time of the month and this dutty hoe ain't thinking straight. Kinda like what I do every time my girlfriend suggests we have a small burger meal at Five Guys on date night for a change. Bitch, is that or the bleeding mortgage? Anyway, Jacey Boy upholds the Patriarchy and reckons the Queen can't go into battle herself despite all the male kings doing exactly that in every battle ever.
Disgusting!
Mummy naturally feels undermined and disrespected by her 16-year-old teeny bopper prince for simply being born with 2 fried eggs in the meat pocket.
I may appear to have the weak and feeble body of a woman, but I possess the heart and spirit of a king.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing.
Baelor bollocks the scrawny mophead prince for committing literal treason against his own female birthing parent. Don't give a shit, he says. I'm going to take all the fucking glory and win the war myself, bitch.
Based AF.
Cue giant air and navy fight. Jace and his dragon Vermax swoop in and almost get instantly yeeted by the trans YouTuber. And I can totally relate, because I once got taken down by one of them after I innocently pointed out in the comments how Bros Adam's apple still somehow hangs lower than his new fake tits.
Holy fuck! That was diabolical!
Anyway, luckily saved in the nick of time by his interracial cousin Baelor and a little dragon Moondancer.
Oh, that's a relief.
Alas, poor Corlys and his dual-liver ship simply can't shake the Looney Tune. Cue showrunner splashing a few hundred bags on a sequence of tactical rowing. And yes, it's exactly as thrilling as it sounds. Which just ends with the other poor Lannister twin getting fat-shamed and hauled overboard for being too much of a fatty boom boom weight burden or some shit.
Oh, that's cold.
Still don't work. Poor Corlys paralysed after realising these fuckers have gone and set fire to his castle to boot. FML.png. Cue final confrontation where he tries to yeet this vexing bastard bitch once and for all. Just gets himself thrown overboard whilst his son has to step in and finish the job with a hate crime against a vulnerable minority. Well, at least she still has Philosophy Tube to go back to when now the acting gig is well and truly over.
Shame.
Rhaeneyra rocks up to join the fun after experiencing a whole heap of FOMO. Quickly realises she hasn't in fact finally tamed a giant sheep-eating hellbeast and just has to sit and watch it burn up her own allies and then go after her sister and mophead cousin. Bloody thing won't obey her chocolatey ass for love nor money. And not even calling it racialist gets it to play ball. Which is mighty strange to be fair, given it's usually the magic word shortcut that gets most peeps to do what they want.
It feels as though a magic spell has been broken.
Anyway, Jace's best buddy Vermax is downed and so is the poor prince himself, as he soon gets super wet and penetrated by pointy shafts from large men, but not in a fun way. And it looks like it's curtains for the last of the remaining Sir Harweny bastard boys, who's now just died exactly like his other mophead brother after being accidentally yeeted on Dragonback overseas by an out of control relative.
Go!
Well, he may be going down to the drink, but at least he don't have to go down for treason, I suppose. And that's it. That's the first epi. Favourite bit? Probably how the Matrix superfan lost his precious ship and castle on top of all the other L's he's taken in this series. I mean, poor fella seriously can't catch a break. Bro already lost his brother and wife, as well as his daughter Lena, who died trying to give birth out of a butthole because reasons, and his super closeted homosexual son, who'd rather fake his own death to elope with some honky gimp guy than spend one more day around his moany ass.
Damn!
Lol, and you thought you had it bad. Anyway, that's the plot and that's your lot. Smash that like and sub button so you don't miss the roast of the next few epis when they drop. Tell me in the comments if you liked any of this shite, and I'll drown my cousins and snog my own mum with you in the next one.